Aquatics Nation, this is your community, and I am your host of the Aquatics Today podcast, Jamal Hill. So strap in, whether you're on your way to work or you're already there. Let's get inspired. Let's get it going. Great morning, Aquatics Nation. As I said, it is your host, Jamal Hill, and this is the Aquatics Today podcast. Let's get right into it. It is episode 18. We have been together for just over 4 months now, and we got some exciting things coming down the pipeline. Number one thing I want to put on your radar, June 22nd, 2022, the Drown Prevention Summit is coming to the world. All audiences all over the world online. You can register for that free virtual event at www.drownprevention.com. We've got speakers from the World Health Organization, Olympic swimmers, speakers from the Swim Strong Foundation, speakers from the National Drowning Prevention Alliance, yours truly, Jamal Hill. We've even got legislators from New York State that are lobbying to make sure that swim education gets back into the school system, gets back into being a part of governmental policy. You will not want to miss it, whether you are an aquatic enthusiast, an aquatic professional, or heck, you might even just be a parent, an aunt, an uncle. You might even be a neighbor with the pool in your backyard and the community kids come over and they like to jump in that pool in the summertime. You are going to want this information at the Drown Prevention Summit. That is the key. Other exciting things coming down the pipeline. This summer, Aquatics Today will be launching some new shows. Yes, that is correct. From the summer to the fall to the winter, we plan on launching 5 new shows on the Aquatics Today network. One of those will be the Paralympic Swimming Podcast. We're going to have an Aquatics Directors Podcast. We're going to have a Lifeguard Podcast. Heck, we're even going to have a Lifeguard Parent Podcast. So keep your eyes and ears peeled for that. Make sure you're subscribed at Aquatics Today so that you get those newsletters. That is going to be so key to stay up to date. So without further ado, let's get into today's episode. Episode number 18, Managing Effective Meetings. The inspirational quote for today is brought to us by none other than Swim Swam. Swim Swam News is a swimming news organization, and they cover competitive synchronized swimming along with diving, water polo, and actual synchronized swimming. So competitive swimming, diving, water polo, synchronized swimming. They launched in 2012 and it's quickly become the most read swimming website in the world. Chances are you heard of them. We are so proud to really just have them as a partner. They were instrumental in helping us promote the Aquatics Equity Summit earlier this year that we operated in. I believe that was April we did that Aquatics Equity Summit, and we're looking forward to partnering with them more. So today's quote is brought to you by Swim Swam News. Here we go. I'm taking it back for you here. I'm taking it way back. A little bit of Latin. Amat Victoria Coram. That is Latin for victory loves preparation. Victory loves preparation. And that is so fitting for today's episode as we discuss managing effective meetings. Because guess what? The best time to study for a test is before it takes place. The best time to keep a customer is before he or she walks out the door. The best time to get legal advice is before you sign the contract. The best time to campaign is before the election. The best time to seize an opportunity is before it arrives. Heck, we have all been there. Even me recently, probably a couple years back, when I was first starting the Swim Uphill Foundation and we first brought our board on, I had no clue how to manage a board meeting. I knew we needed, I kind of got the idea of an agenda, but it was, quite frankly, it was a farm show. And I was not the best shepherd, okay? And more times than not, we ended up wasting a lot of time until I made it my point. I recognized actually that it was my duty to direct us, to lead us through those meetings, and to provide our board members the opportunity to assist in that leading so that we stayed on topic, that we stayed focused, and ultimately that whatever we discussed ended up being accomplished. So today, what I'm going to do is I'm going to share with you 3 powerful tips on how to run a more effective meeting. As I said, we've all been stuck in a bad meeting. You arrive on time only to have the meeting start 10 minutes late. The agenda? Jamal Hill, hey, I'm raising my hand. Mine used to be unclear. The person in charge? Who knows? Some people start to offer ideas, other people shoot them down. Nothing is really decided. The meeting wraps up and you silently lament that lost hour. Listen, I'm here to tell you there is a better way. From speaking with my board members, from speaking with aquatics professionals, from speaking with successful entrepreneurs and CEOs across various industries, I have learned the rules to running an effective meeting. These tips and strategies can work for anyone, anywhere, regardless of title. Here they are. Number 1, and I already gave it to you. You have to set that agenda, Aquatics Nation. Now, this may seem like an obvious requirement, but a lot of meetings start with no clear sense of purpose. The meeting's agenda can be summarized on a handout, it can be written on a whiteboard, or it can be discussed at the outset, but everyone should know why they've gathered, and what they're supposed to be accomplishing. The agenda provides a compass for the conversation. You know what that compass is. It always ports to true north. So the meeting can get back on track if the discussion ever wanders off course. If you as a leader make sure there is an agenda before a meeting starts, everyone will fall in line quickly, okay? I know some CEOs, I know some executives that say, when I come into a meeting, if I don't have an agenda in front of me, I will walk out. I won't even take the meeting because I know that my time is about to be wasted. Okay, this is direct quote. and I actually have some of my notes here from some of these really just successful people. Well, one of my good friends said, give me an agenda or else I'm not going to sit there because I don't know why we're in a meeting and you don't know why we're there. Then there's no reason for the meeting. It's very important for us to focus people and to keep them focused and not just get in the room and talk about, heck, what's going on right now? NBA finals, okay? That is not the purpose. Tip number 2, and this is a big one. Start on time and end on time. Nothing can drain the energy from a room quite like waiting for the person in charge to show up. Why do so many in positions of power fall into the bad habit of being late for meetings? Is it just they're so busy? Is there a small thrill in keeping everybody waiting for them? Listen, I don't know, but here's a reminder that their time, your time, is not more valuable than everyone else's. Time is money. We know that. So sitting around trying to guess when the boss is going to arrive is a waste of precious resources. When establishing the informal rules of an organization, employees, your team is going to take cues from the person in charge. If that person wants meetings to start on time, the meetings are going to start on time. Okay? So just important as starting on time is, you have to end on time. A definitive end will help ensure that you accomplish what's on your agenda and get people back to their work promptly. I like to have an agenda that we think through, okay? If the meeting is gonna go for 2 hours, we force ourselves to carve through that agenda. Those 2 hours should be planned out. And I'll tell you, I don't care how big your organization is, more times than not, you should not be meeting more than an hour. And if you're in your aquatics facility, those meetings may even be trimmed down to 30 minutes, and they should probably not be happening with everyone every day. Even when you touch point with your leads, there should be agendas. You should know what you're touching bases with them on. Tip number 3, you need to end with an action plan. Leave the last few minutes of every meeting to discuss next steps. This discussion should include deciding who is responsible for what and what those deadlines are. Otherwise, all the time you spent on the meeting will be for naught. Okay? Who's got the ball? Okay? I like a little sports analogy. When you're in sports and the ball is thrown to you, then you've got the ball. You're now in control of what happens next. You own it. It becomes a very visible concept for making sure that there's actually ownership to make things get done. So, what you discuss in the meeting, each one of those objectives is a ball. And you need to put a ball in your player's hand and you need to say, hey, I need you to go run a touchdown. I need you to go get a slam dunk with your flip-flops on, okay? And this we need it by 8 a.m. So get that slam dunk before you do breakfast. Make sure that it is very, very clearly identified what the takeaways are and whose responsibility it is, because we all know that feeling when the meeting ends and now you're trying to continue the meeting and assign roles and objectives into the emails following the meeting. That is a waste of time, and you are not here to waste time. You are here to engage the resources at your disposal to build a stronger team and to serve your community, Aquatics Nation. That is it. Those are the 3 big tips I have for you for managing effective meetings. As always, remember we have the Drown Prevention Summit going on June 22nd, 2022. That is a free event. Please, 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 I implore you, not only register yourself, send it to your acquaintances, send it to your friends, heck, send it to your own mother, okay? Because I hope she put you in swim lessons at some point. And get registered for that event. It's absolutely free, going down 10:30 a.m. June the 22nd. Like I said, we're going to start to have more shows in this Aquatics Today podcast network. The Aquatics Today podcast family is growing, bringing more resources, more niche content for all of your needs across aquatics. As always, I'm your host, Jamal Hill, signing out. Suit up, take the dive, and go be that hero.